adequate briefing, I will stop you.
Okay.
But if it's so awesome I want you to continue, then I won't stop you.
Yes.
Is that understood?
Yes.
All right. Time starts now.
Okay. Well, hey. Yes, right? Well, history about Cadet Snyder. Cadet Snyder was born January 1st, 1940. And he grew up in Sacramento, California, here in Carmichael. He became second lieutenant in 1960, where I met him at the Air Force Academy. Now, me and him, we were driving. The way how me and Cadet Snyder met, we were at the Air Force Academy flying gliders up until 1960s when we graduated as second lieutenant. And after that, the government wanted us to fly in Vietnam. And they took us pilot training for the F-4 Phantom. And I remember Cadet Snyder, he was whining how much he hated the injection seat flying out of Vietnam. So, when Kennedy became president in 1961, we were shipped down to Vietnam. The first place we got in was down here, Bien Hoi. That was our first task. Our first task was to train the South Vietnamese how to fight against the North Vietnam, because from this trail from here, from northern Laos down to South Vietnam, there was a trail right there. And the trail was created by Ho Chi Minh, which he was fighting off the French in Indochina War. And as soon as Indochina War ended in 1958, the United States came in 1961. And as Cadet Snyder and I, who were being trained in Bien Hoi, we taught South Vietnamese soldiers how to use the M16. And what happened was that I remember one night when Cadet Snyder was wounded down on his leg here. He was sent down to Saigon to have his foot surgery. And along the way, he met my sister down there because she was a nurse. And Cadet Snyder, what's your opinion on that, sir?
It's outstanding.
He says, beyond outstanding. Well, after a while we were there for at least 15 years. So in 1969, the Tet Offensive shook down in South Vietnam, where you had about 50 cities being ambushed by the North Vietnamese. And as soon as that happened, I remember Cadet Snyder, as an Air Force pilot flying the F-4 Phantom, we weren't allowed to bomb northern Vietnam.
What's the name of my plane?
It was the Enola Gay F.
Oh, the Enola Gay.
And yeah, so we were flying down there, and then 1969, it took about 3 months for it cleared up. About 3 months, because it was a lot of soldiers. So, Cadet Snyder, Candidate Snyder, was flying. Oh wait, no.
Oh, demotion.
Lieutenant Snyder.
Thank you.
That's better.
Lieutenant Snyder was flying from Saigon down here, from up here from the East Coast, going to the West, and down this trail here. This trail here was the most heavily bombed between Vietnam and Laos. And where Ken Sang was at right here, where the U.S. Marine needed him the most, was right there. His plane was shot down near Ken Sang, near Hamburger Hill, about 30 miles away from Ken Sang. And he became prisoner of war for 3 years. He had a book out. It's called Once Upon a Time. And so it talks about a story like how
do you get caught?
well, he was shot down by the artillery. 55 millimeters.
Millimeter?
And he was put in prison. And
Did they torture him?
What?
Did they torture him?
Well,
What kinds of things did they do to him?
so they took him to Da Nang, which is close to on the border here, on the east coast.
So you have two East Coast on
Da Nang. And he was held for hostages. Auschwitz for 3 years. And I remember Cadet Snyder whispered this one night to my ears, he said,
How close to you?
it's about 2 feet away. And he was, and we were talking about how he was telling me how he was having post-traumatic and schizophrenia. He was telling me how much, what kind of torture they've done him. They had dipped him in water. They had tied him up on his leg.
Was I strapped to a bamboo?
He did not give much detail on that kind of issue, but he did say that they tortured him badly. And not only that, he was able to meet Ho Chi Minh. You know how rare that is. And he got a picture of him too. Cadet Snyder, and he showed in class. Yes.
Simulate photo.
Thank you. Yes, well, yeah, he got met Ho Chi Minh, and met his wife, and eventually made friends with his
Wife, your sister?
No, met his wife, and eventually made friends with Vietnamese here and there, and eventually, as soon as the Green Berets came in from North and South up here, as soon as the Green Berets came in,
Green beret.
Special Force of Marines.
Beret?
Of Marines.
Yes.
Oh, they're Marines?
I call them Green Berets.
Alright, wrap it up.
So they came from northern Laos, and eventually they released them from there after they took charge of that area in Da Nang, and eventually Snyder came back. He was shifted from Da Nang down to Saigon and put in the hospital. And then 1975 was the fall of Saigon. So on April 30th, me and Snyder were on a UH-1 Bell helicopter.
Wrap up.
And it was our last meeting there after we took off, and 2 Marines were shot after that.
And then I married your sister. And
Yes, and then he married my sister, and then he decided to.
They have little Snyders?
Both dogs.
He's got 5 kids now, and they're all
5.
his boys now. So, but eventually, he got married with another woman down there. Yeah, 4 wives total. What can I say? But eventually came back to the United States, and we retired from there. That's how it's going.
Alright. That was Zeke.